We're here at the kitchen at Second Harvest, and I'm with Drew over here. He's the director of the kitchen operations, and we've got our helper Keenan here. You ready to cook?
Yes.
Awesome. Do you like to cook? Do you cook all the time?
Not all the time.
Yeah?
I do like to cook.
Very good. So we have some lentils here, and then I see chocolate chips. So what are we gonna make?
Oh, things are looking good now, aren't they?
Yeah.
We're gonna make lentil chocolate chip cookies today.
I never would have put those two together.
Well, we love giving out lentils here at Second Harvest, and this is just kind of an out-of-the-box way to prepare it. That's gonna add lots of protein to your cookies, lots of fiber,
Yeah.
and just be really delicious.
Have you ever had lentils in cookies before? No. Either have I. So let's get started.
Well, our first step would be to take these dry lentils and cook them. And lentils are great because you don't have to soak them in advance like you do a lot of beans. You really just need to add a little bit of water just to cover them, and you cook them for about 30 to 35 minutes.
Okay.
So this is what they look like dry. And then what you'll have at the end here is just a cup of just regular cooked lentils.
Soft lentils.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our first step with that is going to be to use a fork and really mash it. We really want to get a good mash on and just try to get rid of as much of that lentil texture as we can.
When we finish mashing the lentils, the next step is to add them to a bowl with some butter, brown sugar, and an egg. Then we use a hand mixer and cream them together. While Drew works on creaming, Keenan and I start chopping up some pecans.
Be careful. Don't cut off my fingers, okay? So Drew, how do you get kids involved in cooking here at Second Harvest?
You know, cooking's just a lot of fun, and that's really what we try to teach here, is that you should enjoy cooking. It's something you can enjoy by yourself, with your family, with your friends. And we just try to pick foods that, meet people where they're at. So cookies is often a great place to start, especially if we're talking about lentils, because it incorporates a lot of familiar ingredients. But, you add one new one. And I find that to be a pretty good strategy. If I'm going to try something new with my family, I try not to try it all in one meal. Just one at a time seems to work a little better.
Exactly.
Next, we add baking soda, vanilla, whole wheat flour, and the chopped pecans.
Oh, beautiful. Look at that. It's going to have tons of good fiber, good protein.
Very good.
Okay, I think we should add the oats.
So what are some of your other favorite things to make with lentils?
Oh gosh, I'm a huge fan of lentil dal, which is, I believe it's from India, but it's just a pretty simple recipe. Use lots of great aromatics, garlic, ginger, onions, and little tomato sauce. And you just really simmer that together till the lentils are nice and soft, and it just got some beautiful flavor to it.
Finally, we add the chocolate chips. Once those are mixed in, we're ready to scoop them onto the baking sheet.
What do you think? They pretty evenly mixed?
Yeah.
All right. I think that looks great. So we've got our spoons.
Okay.
And we're just gonna take just a good sized spoonful and just kind of round it. And we want to try to make them pretty uniform so that they spread and bake evenly.
Okay.
And just line them out on the sheet.
Okay. They look healthy, I
They also
think.
look good.
They do. They look really good. You're right. Seems like as parents, we often try to disguise healthy food.
That's true.
For kids sometimes, like vegetables and spaghetti sauce, and stuff like that. You have any good ideas?
I like to disguise my vegetables in chilies and things like that.
Oh yeah, very good. My kids they like zucchini bread and like pumpkin bread and that sort of thing, and so that's sort of a way to sneak in some of that stuff, even though it
One
is like
time,
a sweet
my
kind of
mom
thing.
made zucchini muffins, and I thought they were going to be super gross, but they were super good.
They were super good. I know. I love anything with zucchini in it.
Next, we put them in the oven to bake, and after a little bit, they're ready.
They look good, don't they? So good and healthy. And so lentils have a lot of protein in them?
Yeah, there's up to 9 grams of protein per half cup serving of lentils. So it's one of the leading non-animal sources of protein.
Yeah.
And very inexpensive.
These smell delicious, so I think it's time we get to try them.
That sounds great.
Yeah? Okay, let's do it.
Oh yeah.
It's got the crunchy nuts and the really good texture with the lentils. I don't bite into it and say, oh, there's lentils in there.
All that hard work Keenan did for us with that fork at the beginning really makes that possible.
Really wholesome tasting. That's perfect.
Great
Good job, Keenan. Good job, Drew. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
It's delicious. I love it.
To get this recipe for lentil chocolate chip cookies, head to our website at wagrown.com.